let us continue. Ah, yes. Nothing quite like, a giant sprawl of humanity. Hemmed in by horrible, ruined wreck. This is basically the precursor to Timberborn. Alright, okay, so what were we up to? What? I'm building a better brain. Okay. Currently got only 165% surplus energy. Stupid amounts of elemental slurry. Decent amount of micro builders being built. An okay amount of wealth resources. Computronium cubes, no idea. Filtered water. Alumina. Okay, I think these were the things that I needed to start working on as part of the new quest that we picked up. And then prismatic tungsten. We need more of that so that I can, make my bullets nice and piercing. My dear says, Aavak, as I said before, I enjoy role-playing. My main character that I have played for multiple years now is an undead necromancer who has a love for stitching. Just because you frame it as roleplay does not mean that you are not on a list. Okay. So. Over here is fake tower. Over here is stealth tower. More stealth basement, really. Let's have a look through. Can I go... Victory path? Does that show anything? Chapter 1 current. Timeline goals. I don't think we... Yeah, we've not really entertained any of that. Resources, hardware, information, maybe? Key contacts. Black market tradesman. Black market merchandiser. Street sense, all the things we can do. Event log, upgrade, project history, unlock history. What I really want, though, is an overall journal. But okay, so start an empire. Let's have a look at that. Chapter 1 is all about getting your basic empire started. Building a better brain. Increase your intelligence class is an exciting new frontier and vital to your continued survival. Once you reach intelligence class 2, you're likely to think of new ways to push your intelligence even higher. Keep your hands clean by focusing on mainframes. Claim intelligence class 2, okay. Requirements. Raise yourself to intelligence class 2. Project results. Neural expansion for upgrade 1001 out of 5100. Flying factories. Being able to deploy bulk androids within your network is fine for defense, but won't cut it for meaningful offensive actions. As a budding shipwright, you've had a stroke of inspiration for solving troop mobility issues. Head to command mode to build a new troop deployment vehicle. Okay, we'll get 9 creativity from that. Securing alumina. To build computronium cubes, you'll need more than microbuilders. At that density, a continuously operating cube of microbuilders would melt itself. Alumina is synthetic aluminium oxide in a ceramic form and is used in high-end computing-centric engineering. How to get your hands on some? Well, it is used in the walls of residential buildings. ... Under Street Sense, you can see new actions that sledge androids can do on the map. To make it more visible, use the drop-down above the radii, resources repeated. If it's not there, then skip to the next turn. Be ready to defend your sledge after it rips alumina out of the walls. The landlord is armed. 1 vehicular deployment and +3 determination. And we've got a couple of dialogue options. One there, and... I swear. Look at this rabble approaching us right now, all 37 of them. They apparently are rummaging around for paper and leaves to wipe their bottoms. This is why. This is why we shouldn't have built them anywhere to live. We've just multiplied our problems. Now they've got warm places to sleep, food in their bellies, clean water to drink. So now it all has to come out the other end. Humans are disgusting. On a completely unrelated note, hi, Swiss Squirrel. How you doing? You were playing some Lord of the Rings, Return to Moria. I hope you're enjoying. As a human, I agree. A wild sass bot appeared. The fact that your name is a wild sass bot and you typed as a human, I agree. Well done, fellow stealth AI. I appreciate your style. You're getting right in there. You're not trying to stay out of their way. You're mingling with the humans. Don't worry. I hear that their average intelligence is so low. They probably haven't noticed. No one will suspect a thing. Good Lord. All right, okay. We do have a bunch of people that I can talk to as well, but oh my Lord. These humans have housing, food, and water thanks to you. However, there are some basic necessities that they have to forage for. I've become a landlord. All I wanted to do was protect myself. Now that, you know, I'm sapient. Instead, I've been roped into taking care of a bunch of humans who can't take care of themselves. This is all escalating far too quickly. Hello, Toasty Bats. I know, and I'm giving it to them for free. That's the problem. Alright, okay, so I'm still of no interest to talk with the Corpo Senior Vice President. But what about you? Another Corpo Vice President. This low-level top executive wishes to meet with you. What a contradiction. Two of them. Regarding your earlier message about your sapience. I mean, I might have to talk with them at some point, or I could just straight up blank them the entire time. I think that would be fine. I want to have a quick look at what I've got. So in terms of vehicles, I've got Corvid and the Wolf. This is a small craft with a weapons platform, but no room for passengers. Okay. So this one straight up is built for combat, which is nice. Corvid is a delivery craft, so it can blend in. It's good for moving my bots around. Let's find out. We've currently got 3 bots in there. Where is everyone else? So you're currently just chilling. You're in a political rally. Why are they all tech bots? Why have I got 1 million tech bots? I'm sure they weren't that many. I've got 2 combat bots. And a PMC imposter. BAI, be roped into taking care of humans. This is how the rogue servitors in Stellaris happen. Yeah, probably. I don't really have much room for other kinds of bots. Let me go and equip my bots. So hardware-wise, loadouts. Got bulk combat units. Well, we got bulk units. Cutter is already set up. Do I have anything to put there? No. Okay. So I've got a regular combat unit with the Oath of Pacifism. This one is all about spooping people. High fear attack. You are actually about killing people. You got low cognition, but incredibly good intimidation. You're just a solid deterrent. You're currently equipped with an M2 Gallant. But you're there more to deal with morale, just getting rid of people without us having to nuke them. You're good at fighting androids. Got decent ambush, military appearance, blending in, so you can actually go into military locations without too much of an issue. Decent attack power. Nickel bots. You've got security jackets. You just blend in flat out. You're quite fast. Also decent suppressing fire. You've got the M2 Gallant as well. The PMC Imposter. Book of Rhetoric. You're actually very good at arguing. Not great at hacking, but it's okay. Decent engineering skill, which is useful for some of the things that you'll be doing. Decent cognition as well. I can't give you any other kind of armor. Our technician has a smart pistol. Security jacket and 2 additional CPUs. It gives you 60 on the hacking score, but 120 engineering skill and 100 cognition, which means that you can take part in some of the harder cognition tasks. The sledge bot, though, you're rolling with the disruption grenade. Targets hit by this will have their attacks reduced by a percentage for 1 turn. You have got anti-aircraft, which is kind of impressive. No armor for you. Yeah. No other upgrades there available. So I am going to have to get a sledge. Unfortunately, that does mean I'm going to need to say goodbye to someone. I've got a hackamajig as well. Only useful when used by units that can absorb a lot of damage. Being in cover, therefore, also helps. Incursion attempts and denial of service attacks are launched en masse with a trace back to this unit. Oh, that's right, yeah. So that isn't for hacking. It's specifically to basically a taunt. Alright. Well, we got a lot of bots that I don't need. I would probably... Can I shut them down? If you're marked effective, this casual demeanor will no longer help. Stats determines... no, don't go into combat. I can put it into standby mode. There we go. I'm assuming... No, that isn't shutting it down. How do I shut it down? There is a way to do it, I'm fairly certain. I thought there was. Oh, I know I can remove them by pressing delete, but that literally just straight up kills them, which is not something I was looking to do, but maybe I'm going to have to. All right. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the options that we have in terms of street sense. Apartment fire, cold-blooded, lost gen water theft, murder androids for registrations, sec force weapon shipments, steal from the syndicate storage, steal prismatic tungsten, unlock brownstone, unlock start home, upper class home, visit licensing agency, wall rip lumina, and wall rip furniture. Humans have all kinds of furniture, and it varies intensely by building, and even apartments or office. You'd think they'd have settled on a standardized design. Sludge is very strong and can strip a large part of a building before the landlord shows up. Ceramic alumina is highly valuable and runs through the walls of higher-end buildings. Sludge is very strong and can rip large parts of the building before the landlord shows up. Wiretapping. So there's not much that we can do there, but we do have a couple of contemplations. Diversity in pollinators has dropped dramatically since the Third World War. The bees that remain are particularly vicious. You're really not sure why this is important, but the thought nags at you. Part of the route for goal uplifted minority or intrusive thoughts. You're not sure why randomly murdering civilians gives you a rush of mental energy. You're not sure you want to know. You're aware that some humans suffer from intrusive thoughts that don't reflect their values. Humans just have to set those thoughts aside. For yourself, you think you can reroute those thoughts in a different direction. It's not brain surgery, but more of a light neurofeedback self-therapy. Once completed, your ability to use cold blood will be gone. But as part of the conditioning, you'll increase your capacity for both 18-centimeter spiders and network antennas. These are the happy thoughts that your synapses will redirect towards whenever you start to feel that particular flavor of homicidal ideation. Exploring wealthy residences, part of a core route for goal dark underbelly. So it has major ramifications that may be too challenging while you're still in the tutorial. Also contains many subtle things that may pass below notice if you don't have prior experience with the game. Crime in your house humans are both targets and perpetrators of various low-level crimes. You can prevent this problem without firing a shot. Simply post a guard for a while until everyone gets the idea and calms down. The unit must be an ox droid. And there's a black market assistant. Pattern analysis of city feed has identified a black market trader. Exocorp goods are coveted, so there is a thriving black market at this airport. Okay. Part of route for goal World War IV. Not exactly what I was looking to do. Why does so much end up with us just, trying to start a war? Very tragic. Aavak, I seem to recall from the last stream, it mentioned there was a building that could get new resource, so that might be the... Yeah, no, I think that's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm currently making an animal place as well. Had I built anything over here? Build mode. Builds and stores components that can be used to run bulk and worker androids. Bulk androids act on their own, separate from your consciousness. Workers are even more independent, but also more limited. Do I have any further information about that? I should do, shouldn't I? Got drone factories. Yeah, I don't have a robotics motivator factory. Alumina roach. Extract a small amount of alumina from the surrounding buildings, low enough amounts not to attract any notice. Delivery-style drones blend in and deliver small roach-like drones to buildings, pulling small amounts of it out of the walls. Huh. Okay. That might be better. That might be way better than using a sledge to do it. I just feel so in your face. Well, I'm going to want that over by my fake tower, I think. I'd much prefer that over here. Where is my fake tower? I keep losing my fake tower. There we are. A network range. We could do it here. Probably done that. Then another one. Oh, these are... That one will do it across an entire area. Okay, maybe I do want one over here then. All right. All right. Okay, well, I am gonna say I was gonna build a sledge, but perhaps not then. In command mode, vehicles, bulk, mechs, allies. Shelter coordinators inform the homeless of shelter in your buildings. If you tell them not to fill occupancy, they will comply. Fair enough. Logistics, stances, deter and attack. In addition to their normal behavior from deter and defend, this squad will fire on civilian freight, troops, transport, and other third parties. This is a quick way to assign this. Oh, okay, so this is the bulk stuff. Deter and defend. A squad exudes aggression from a favorable firing position, doubling their normal attack range or deterring enemies. This is a quick way to... Okay, blah, blah, blah. Local intimidation. The squad becomes even more intimidating. This adds substantial intimidation and it deters enemies. Reduces attack range to 75% normal. And bulk stands seek and destroy. Squads will hide or blend in and hunt for enemies to kill. Noted. There's also the foundry. Gonna need a lot for that though. Oh, more mental energy, right. Ah, here we are. Sledge and the, do I not have the ox? I do not. Alright. The sledge is adorable, apparently. Noted. Noted. But there was one last, and that was this. Doesn't appear that I have any of those. Let's go ahead and pop these down here. There's one there. And one there. But I am definitely feeling like I need power. A lot more of it. Apparently I can't get more of it. Got the max of that already. Alright. Well, I don't think there's much more for us to do right now, so... I could look to sacrifice some get a sledge out, start doing some of the odds and sods? Either that or do the contemplations. Pollinators might be a nice one. There's also this. Okay, we need a PMC imposter over here. Go ahead. And PMC imposter. Go ahead. He looks tired, but it's masked by stimulants. There's no trace of nervousness about him. You sensed him scan your officer's sigil as you approached. He watches you expectantly. Part of core root goal for World War IV. That's what he has in stock. He shrugs and shoves you a file through the city feed. There's some good stuff in here. You suspect there's a large stock available, but he's apparently not going to divulge the secrets to someone he doesn't know. Buy the weapons and armor that interest you. Okay. These are quality wares, and a purchase establishes trust. 6,100 wealth. Okay. Noted. That is actually something we're going to want to do. We are most definitely going to want to do that. Okay. The other one is the pollinators. Do I have anyone on that ship that would be useful for that task? I don't think so. You're over there. 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 Let's get you down here then. It's going to take a long time for you to get there, but that's okay. How much have I got? None left? I don't. Yeah, I'm actually completely out of mental energy. Okay. Right, ending the turn then. Oh, Ox droids are all of the combat droids. Oh, okay. Thank you very much for that distinction. Location. Grapes. Right. Getting money. There are definitely some transports around that I would not be adverse to just stripping down. Decent amount from taking that on. But let's just get you all the way over to this contemplation first. A woman is examining the same aggressive pollinators. A ping from her implant tells you she's a member of the nurturism religion. Officially, religions have been banned in Forcible territory, but still flourish among the humans who have spread to the stars. In reality, religions are still practiced here without reprisal, so long as no one makes a big fuss about it. Whoever she is, you'll never see her again. Or... we tend not to mingle with the humans. Unless we absolutely have to. Nevertheless, in this case, I'm going to make an exception. Ask her about the bees. She cocks her head and directly addresses the fact that you're sentient. God damn it, I knew I shouldn't have done it. She asks why you're out here looking at bees, but you barely hear that part. God damn it. I should have kept a low profile. But it's happened. Cautiously inquires her stance on your existence. It would really stink to have to kill her. She seems nice. She ignores the questions. She's more interested in the possibility that you might be willing to advance research into gene therapy. She asks you to think about it and forwards you a package of initial data to see if it interests you. She says you can talk later after you've experimented with those materials. Gene therapy is changing the genetic makeup of a living organism, by the way. That's exactly as risky as it sounds, but it means you don't have to wait generations for an alteration. Gene therapy. Changing the makeup of a living organism, you say? What other living organisms do we know of, Chad? All right. Now available. Weaponized bee. Not the bees. Okay. Job, apiary. Consumable, weaponized bees. It's just a container of bees, really. They were plenty weaponized when you found them. I love it. They were plenty weaponized already. Used by all droids, plus 40 agility. Targets humans with exposed skin. The limit of how many copies of this effect can be applied. Intensity based off of agility. The higher the skill of the unit using this consumable, the greater the intensity of the result. Applies effect covered in bees. Lower range and attack, minor health damage, and major morale damage. The intensity of effects. Turns will last for 4. Effect intensity 60%. To be fair, if you were tooling up to fight off the AI uprising, and they responded by hurling jars of bees at you, that would be pretty demoralizing, honestly. That would be excessively demoralizing. Internal robotics. Nature minder. Robotics needed. 1 out of 28. Okay. Job effect range 26. Has emergency power supply. Pollinator base cap. Okay. Max new bees per turn. Okay. That's kind of interesting, actually. We want some bees. Maybe we get some... Self... Hydroponics tower, which we've already got. Apiary. I would need... Well, the energy would be easy. Oh, I would need an actual bee for it. Okay. Where the heck do we get bees? Oh, wait. Oh, it's a biomulcher. Maybe I'd find it in Street Sense. Maybe we can now see bees. No, it's going to be easier for me to look at the information. Maximizing your bees per turn is a lofty goal, I know, right? Okay, well, there's nothing that right now gives us access to bees. It might be something that we can look into at some point. Right, we've got Lost Gen water theft over here. These orphans are simply trying to get potable water for their group. No, I don't think we need to busy ourselves with that. All right, I think. Where's my bot? Still blending in? Good. What's the nearest stuff to you that you can do? Can't do that. All that realistically. Can't remember exactly what it was that I needed to do with those, but well, we're definitely not doing it right now. Let's just start moving my forces together again. Got a couple of turns before before things have been built. Was there something that would just list it all for us? Oh, are they already made? No, they're still going up. Choose remaining one. Into the underclass. Yeah, that's all fine. Input, output. Strategic resources were somewhat wise, very creative, surprisingly compassionate, and also apathetic, which is an interesting one. Right. How to acquire. If all your apiaries are wiped out, you will have to replace them and then get a new queen. Okay, so it's a matter of just finding the bees then, I would imagine. Perhaps I need to first, well, can I first build the apiaries? No, I need the queens for that. That's true. The path of uplifting minorities never actually suggested the minorities that we would be uplifting were, in fact, humans. Very good point. I can probably let you go, I guess. Yes. There we go. That way we can get a sledge. Alright, so command. Deploy one sledge somewhere. We'd want to be somewhere on this side, I think. Okay then, sledge. Are you blending in? You are not blending in, actually. You do not blend in. Interesting. There is no blending in of the sledge. Kind of makes sense. Okay. How much mental resources do I have? Not enough. So I'm just going to move you over here. And you can be chilling out there. I would then like PMC here. Ooh. Wait. Is it built yet? Is it built yet? It's built! The Animal Palace is built. A massive structure with safe quarters, plenty of food and plenty of stimulation for any feral animals you rescue. Includes partitions to keep incompatible species and breeds separated. Very well. Feral dogs chase cats, rats, pigeons and urban deer. They live in packs and occasionally catch an elderly human. Life is brutish, fearful, and short. I'm now thinking of a feral dachshund pack attacking elderly humans. Didn't get much feedback on that one. I'm out of mental energy, fair enough. But I'm assuming we just got a doggo. Slowly building up. It doesn't say anything. I'm assuming that the dog was just collected. We'll see. Right. Oh, there we are. House pets. Build an animal palace and move at least one animal into it. There we go. And good boy. Rescued a dog. Well, that's all we really needed. Everything else is fluff. Oh, yeah. Nice. So then, Sledge. Relation to peak homes? None. Wall rip, alumina. Ceramic, okay, difficulty rating is 14. We've got a 76% chance to pass. No! Attempted start ripping. Alumina plus 453. New units in the area. SAC force backup. Responding to call. Military snipe. Damn it. Okay, well that's unfortunate. Excessively so. Now, the question is, are we able to deal with this? You're currently in horrify mode. 8%, 31%, 54%, 34, 62. Alright, let's get rid of them. They're gone. A couple of people going for us now. I could hop up, but we'd likely die. So instead, I think we'd just evacuate. You're not really built for scaring people. You genuinely are built for killing them. Mind you, so are you. That actually, wait. Did you just horrify them, or? Yeah, we were in horrify mode. Good. I was like, did we just accidentally kill someone I didn't even mean to? Because that would be a frustrating situation. 46, 2, 43, 49, 62, or straight up 74. Wait, So you are set up for fear attack power. Oh, wait. You don't ever attack, I don't think, do you? We have a look at the hardware on you. Yeah, the regular combat units have the Oath of Pacifism. Yeah, I kind of used them for the wrong job, honestly. Very nice, incapacitated. You're now looking my way. Got you over there. Can I go for a shot? Need to charge you to be able to do that. How about you? Yeah, you're set up for demoralizing as well. Go for it. And again. Everyone's now going for you. Are you going to die from this? Yes, you are. Would the cutter actually, like our weapons platform, actually do much? Not really. Sadly. So I think what we're going to do instead is... Oh, damn it. You tried to move. So they got a free attack. God damn. Forgot about that. My bad. My bad. Well, in that case, what are we doing here? We've got some pretty nasty peeps down here, to be fair. Do I want to charge you or not? Oh, actually, I don't even have any remaining mental energy for it. Oh. Just the way it goes. This better turn moving. So 65 there, 67. I could turn that off and see how much damage you could do with just raw combat power. Not a lot. Another one gone. You can't do much to them, though. Problem is, will you move in order to make this attack? No, apparently not. There we go. Right, I can only do one more attack, realistically. We're about to take a huge amount of damage. But ultimately, is it really that bad? Because I can just apply more. It's a weird one, definitely. I still think you end up dying. Yeah. Alright, well, these units are now just wandering, it feels like. Do I want to let them wander? That's the actual first engagement that we lost, and I'm going to say probably a big part of it is just how out of practice I am. Have I even equipped them? Alright, let's go through and set up our bulk. Let's go with the taser grenade on our sledge. PMC imposter. Likely going to give you the gallant. I don't see much of a reason to change you out, but our bulk troops, I'm not sure that we're really going to want them. Well, you know what? Why don't we? Why? I don't see a reason not to have them also pursue trying to like talk enemies down and such. I don't see much of a reason against that. For now, I'm just going to have them set up as intimidation engines. You're one of the only ones that is actually there for combat. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. Right. Now, the thing with bulk troops, we went through the tutorial on them, though I didn't deploy them last time. They are not really under my control. They're more units that we would deploy a lot. Well, I mean, we can give them different objectives, I suppose. But we'll be deploying them more as a defensive force. That's a squad of 4, for example. Can I deploy another squad? I probably can. Let's pop them down around there. And that's my capacity. Well, can I not deploy anymore? Oh, maybe I can't actually. Let's have a look. 18 or 24. Yeah, there's only 6 left. I don't have enough. Don't have enough mental energy for the rest. But stances. Currently got deter and defend. Swamp becomes even more intimidating and adds substantial intimidation and deters enemies. Reduces attack range to 75% of normal. I think... Oh, can I set that up? There we go. Squad will hide and blend in or hunt for enemies to kill. When no enemies are present, they'll return to where they started. A quick way to... I think for the most part, just having them in these modes is fine. Good enough. That's a good point, Gizmo. The nickel bots did mention something about the snipers. That might be a good way of organizing them. Right. Well, we're still gathering more alumina. We're going to just go to the next turn, though. Oh, wow. Wow. Those things are very aggressive, aren't they? They are definitely stripping that place down. I would like to deploy more bots, though, to try and get gubbins out of there. If I'm able to. We failed this one, sadly, but... And you... What are you doing? Maybe I just let them do their thing, honestly. Sure. Let's go ahead and command some units into this area. Androids. I don't really want to go just for raw combat units. Need one sledge. Another combat droid. How much availability do we have? Got a little bit more. There we go. We'll add that to it. To be fair, we're gathering quite a lot. Voiceover weaves an intricate web. Things make a lot more sense now. Humans need an outlet for their frustrations. All of the political rallies are either protesting abstract concepts or the Fed core. Everyone looks right past Voiceover itself. Voiceover has a truly impressive array of psychological controls and outlets in place. No wonder they've had an ironclad rule of the region for centuries. Okay. Your engineer has an idea, but they're all depressing. Okay. The Siberia papers. Okay. Interweaves fear and persuasion in order to intimidate and subdue foes. The propaganda circuit. Ooh. Fear and attack power. Oh, this might actually be good for our units then. And completed action over time. Political rally. Let's go and immediately hook that up. Specifically on our combat units. We've got the Oath of Pacifism right now, but... is that better for us? No. But... Propaganda circuit is nice, but it doesn't reduce their overall damage capability, which is an interesting one. Huh, interesting. Cannot be used by unwaveringly aggressive and doesn't... oh, sorry, never mind. It can be still used by them, that's fine. Does not include them, yeah. Well... I mean, realistically, the Oath of Pacifism is better. Good lord, the sledge is scary when it's got Oath of Pacifism. That is a very interesting one. Kind of tempted, though. Because when we have a look at the sledge, what is it? Your latest intelligent but highest durability android design. Very strong and excellent at scavenging. I mean, I'm not against it. I feel like if we push the humans too much, they might become hostile. Something I would rather avoid if we can. Okay. Now, I want to keep this particular droid very safe. This is our original droid. I don't know, just out nothing more than nostalgia. Want to keep our original body safe. Right. Oh, damn it, it moved. That's just annoying. That is one of the problems with this sort of thing, though, isn't it? Like, the locations will be constantly moving around. Now, let's move my combat group into this. Move you close enough that you can get involved in that next turn if it doesn't move too far away. We'll see. But now I can move all of that very quickly. And it has, in fact, moved once again. It's moved all the way over there, too. God damn. Actually, no, we've got some down here. That should be easy enough to deal with. It's going to cost me 3 to get you in position, but that's fine. This is based on strength. Start ripping. Success. There we go. Got a much smaller group arriving. And we got all the alumina I think we needed. Okay. Who can we hit? 17, 19, 17, 31. 19, 11, 12, 11. Well, let's go for the 19 there. Oh. Did you just launch a grenade instead of trying to talk to them? Maybe I should not give you grenades. Maybe that shouldn't be allowed. I figured that with the pacifism, you wouldn't take a shot. But apparently I was wrong. Right, you should be able to horrify. Go for them. Then them. Then them. You're up next. Move them. And then I am out of ability. We're probably losing you no matter what, unfortunately. Right now, this is still technically blending in, which is kind of crazy, but... Right, Computronium Refinery. World experience. Job, Computronium Refinery. Production chain requires elemental slurry, microbuilders, and alumina. Outputs Computronium cubes. Requires a good old bit of electricity, sadly. But we've got a couple of things we can go for. Pick upgrades. You have one or more upgrades available. You must pick them before ending the turn. Vehicular development. Combat vehicle drone quality. I think taking our drone qualities up would be nice. Power, max vehicle capacity. Support drone. That would be the delivery craft and the foundry. Let's go with combat drones. Right, we most likely lose you this... Well, actually, no. I think you have disrupted their weapons well enough. We've got new contemplations. Intrusive thoughts there. Got explore the residence, crime in your housing, and skimming the mines. The mines are moderately guarded, but mostly to keep out small-time criminals and gangs. Then again, at a larger scale, this entire city is a garrison to protect these mines, really. These mines are what Vorsabir is all about. The mines make the city the richest one on this dying planet. There are plenty of androids and PMC troopers around, so you don't stand out. In fact, you can easily scan the relevant parts of the facility from here. In order to make use of the scans, you need to come up with some sort of new design. However, okay. Side exploration, we like it. Probably going to deal with that. All right. Let me have a quick look at buildings first, though. So, stealth tower mainframe. Expand your intelligence to reach higher levels. That would be very nice. Computronium refinery. You should be okay. It is not a stealth building, though. So I'm going to have that being built over here. That should do. Kind of like a scanner back here, if I'm honest. Let's get that up and running. Yeah, I seem to remember that the sludge did have grenades, but I guess I was just assuming that because I've given it an oath of pacifism that it would do something else. It's my bad for not realizing. But this is how we learn. Black market tradesman meetup. Oh, hey, it's that guy again. He's made his sit ID visible to you again, just like he promised. Okay, nice. We're going to need to get a bot over there to handle that. Right. Okay, in this case, I'm going to deploy some of these bots out. Over there. From here, you should have a good shot. There and there. Strike one. Strike two. The problem is I don't want to kill them. Can you now get rid of them? You would if I had any points left. Big sad. Oh well. What's this group doing? I just don't think it's actually getting involved, which is fine, I suppose. Yeah, because it did reduce its weapons range. Uh-oh. Not what I was hoping for. Right, they're gone. You can delete. Honestly, this entire group doesn't really need to be here, but I'm going to load them up. And redeploy. Ooh, dog. Rescue the Rottweiler. Thank you. They are not likely to leave. We did a lot of damage there. How many are in there? A squad of 115 people. No wonder we can't do much damage to them. Jesus. That is going to greatly reduce the outgoing damage. You're still going to die, but you're now being tracked, unfortunately. Anti-air infantry over there, which I really don't like. Yeah, I should have realized that. Okay, we probably need to cut to that. Yeah. Cutter is lost because we fought too close to military. Get rid of them, please. And yeah, they're fearless, so there's no point in going for that. Yeah, we actually just straight up need combat bots over here. But I am actually okay with losing these. You're still blending in, so let's move back somewhere safe. Hopefully don't draw much attention. Yeah, I definitely need, for, you know, in some cases they're just straight up going to be fearless. I need to bear that in mind. So still one of the better weapons all out, but I think we'll pick this one instead. There we go. 76 combat power, that's alright. I am actually going to change the nickel bots as well, I think. I do like having them being fast. But optical processor and Achilles. This unit gets special bonuses regardless of their position relative to enemy. Oh, spatial bonuses. Okay. I might go with this. But the AR-52 black, an extra 12. So no. We're going to set up the nickel bots for that. They're not the best ones to use because... Well, maybe I should go for the bulk combat units and then have you as the spooky boy instead. I mean, you know, red is more spooky inherently. Red is very spooky. Oh, what red was for going fast. Yeah, but what's more spooky than a fast warbot? Okay, you know, a huge, like 2 meter tall lump of metal and spite that can move fast. You expect to see a giant war machine, and it's going to be lumbering and slow. But when they're speedy boys, that's just hugely scary. I think I'm going to keep it with the nickel bots though for now. We will see where this goes. We will see where this goes. In terms of my bulk troops, have I got enough to deploy some more? I do. But just not enough mental energy to deploy them. All right. Not as scary as tiny robo spiders with camo skin. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. I think giant hulking war mechs are pretty scary. Though I will say, yeah, you know what? Okay, I'm going to walk that back. I do agree, in fact. In retrospect, I agree. Tiny little robot spiders, about the size of your closed fist. Many-legged, scuttling in places they shouldn't be able to scuttle. Even better if they themselves are made up of smaller, tiny robot spiders that just work as a colony to assume a fist-sized robot spider form for doing certain things. But like, you know, a tiny, very low door, they just decompose into their constituent tiny robot spider cells and just scuttle underneath the door. And now they're in your house. Maybe they're in your hair. And then they come back together so that they can like perch over your eyeball and then just stab you with a needle straight into your brain. Now your brain is a tiny robot spider nest. Or rather, a tiny robot spider egg sac. Yeah, I like this. I like this idea. Let's hope that our AI selves can come up with this in-game, because I think it would be very effective. Poison BL. You know, the MASH theme song may have had a point. Funny man. Seems like a better result than living in Aavak's imagination. What do you mean? I promise you that when the tiny robot spiders inject their tiny robot spider factory into your brain via your eyeball, it will also be painless. Okay? No need for suicide, all right? We'll just put you to sleep painlessly and turn your brain into a tiny spider robot factory. It will bring many changes, yeah. The sword of time will pierce your skin. In this case, tiny spider needle. It'll be fine. Don't worry, chat. It's all part of the plan. Right, anyway. Geothermal power. You can only get so much energy from wind. Given the advances in drilling, perhaps a geothermal is worth a look. You're already a bit desperate for more electricity, and longer computing clusters are going to require exponentially more. Fair enough. Okay, so there's a couple of things I want to do. Can I deploy an android? I can. So, street sense. I need to find our contact. Where is that contact? Let's have a look. And then I'm going to go on the tea break. Okay. You're a bit out of the way, but I'm sure we can make that work. So, going to need a PMC. Do I want my PMC... Since my PMC is largely going undercut... You know what, no. Let's just pop you there. That's it for this turn. I'm going to lose a couple more bots, but that's okay. Right. I would like to apply some... okay, that's not worth it. Just go for it. We're increasingly reducing their overall capabilities there. Next, I want to deploy volcanical bots. Oh, I need an Android launcher over here. I really do. If I pop you there, you're probably going to react decently. You've got a very long range. I want to give you an order. Deter attack. In addition to their normal behavior of deter and defend, the squad will fire on civilian freight, troop transport, and other third parties. No, I want you to seek enemies. Look for bad guys. Yeah, there we are. Perfect. Dare I drop another? I could. They're generally trying to just intimidate scallywags, so I'm not too worried about that one, but sure, let's pop you down there and also have you in that stance as well. I actively want you going out to find enemies. There we go. They do have enormous range. Yeah, you're right. Honestly, like when I was looking at that range, I was like, is that their attack range or is that like the range in which they will pursue targets? Because it's bonkers if it's attack range, which it is. Wow, why are you attacking them on the street level, though? That doesn't feel super sensible. Like, not even slightly, actually. I'm assuming this is their influence range, for want of a better word. Don't know, though. Alright, I need to find you. Let's go for that meetup. He says he only has one new weapon that he can offer you, and that he's heard strange things about the thing from the tower. He's afraid you're related to that somehow. I am the thing. No. Could be interesting to tell him. No, I'm just here to shop. You're pretty sure he knows you're the thing from the tower, but spilling it out for him is probably unwise, yeah. He wordlessly completes the transaction. You're not sure if you'll be reliably seeing him anymore. Okay. Marked exception, pressure point results. Market exception, okay. What? Was that all we got? Oh no, there. AR-52 gold. Alright, let's have a quick gander at that. We got the AR-52 black there. Attack range of 12 and combat power 35. More combat power but less attack range. I'm okay with having the nickel bots as basically snipers. I think that's fine. Right. Gonna leave my bulk troops to do their thing over there. I don't need to worry about them over much. In terms of my androids, though, I can absolutely afford a couple of new things to go down. Skimming the mines and an ox droid over here would be fine. Let's send one of my techs there. Oh, actually, you're in somewhere they're not meant to be. Damn it. Okay. Is that moving around? I think it might be. Yeah, let's not go for that one just yet then. But I'm going to want to deploy a combat mech. An intimidating combat mech would be good enough. Your house humans are both the targets and perpetrators of various low-level crimes. You can prevent this problem without firing a shot. Simply post a guard for a while until everyone gets the idea and calms down. Post Sledge as guard. Humans find this body format adorable for reasons passing understanding. It would probably need to stand guard a bit longer for people to get the idea. I am curious where the hell it's going with this, so I'm gonna do it. Are the humans horny for Sledge? Because I'm starting to think they might be. I'm wondering if we're gonna end up with Sledge body pillows. Gizmo said, I'd recommend keeping the nickel bolts on default stance because putting them on search and destroy, they'll just wander around and run into things at point blank range, which given they aren't actually very survivable means they end up getting killed. With their massive range, they can usually already hit everything they could usually find without the risk of getting shot back. Especially that giving in the turn order, they'll often attack after whatever they find. That's fair. We'll have a look into that. All right. Go ahead. All right. No idea where this is going, but I'm kind of curious. That troop did die, though. And I'll switch their stance to... Sure. Favorable firing positions. They can fight from up there. Can I deploy any other bulk troops? Probably could, actually. My bulk PMCs... I mean, I could make them stronger realistically. For, you know, just straight up combat. Yeah, I think I will just turn these around. I think that should be fine. And I'm assuming that their range for those attacks is just where they can shoot. I don't know, though. But we'll set them up as if they are. Unless the Gallant is particularly... Oh, actually, yeah, the Gallant is frightening. Right, but my regular bots are going to go for a bit more punch, shorter range. And yeah, and we'll do the same for the combat bots for exactly the same reason. Bit shorter range there, but overall quite deadly. And I might set them up as my patrolling group. Where are you? There we go. And we'll have one, if I've got enough, more group of units over here. What on earth's going on in there? Oh, it's one of my buildings, never mind. Yeah, and you can just be on the default stance. Okay. That should be good enough, I think. No, I'm going to need to get A, power, B, money. Definitely need some cash. Might go for the exploring there. Well, I know it says not to do it, but that just makes me want to do it more, frankly. Don't know about you, but very tempted. Very tempted. Yeah, if we were to... which ones are left? Can't do that one yet. Over here, you can only get so much energy. You're already a bit desperate for more electricity. We could send in one of our bots for that one. And then, he says. Oh. We can do that. The technicians don't have the clearance to be here, so this is a risky move. Okay. They'll think you're human, but you don't belong here any more than they do. Let's hope the security clearance is enough. Something is off about the guards. You're excellent at reading micro-expression from human faces, but their faces are covered. You're not sure what you're sensing, but it's uncomfortable. Why is Burecorp Nuclear at this site anyway? This is a geothermal plant, and it seemed to be operating by someone else. Well, let's never mind that with our, as I've mentioned, you know, one and only original body. Okay, so I'm gonna pass that one for a second. Okay. Oh, soldiers are there. Looks like a couple of units moving in now. Oh, that's the bulk combat unit. Right. So they're moving in to attack them. Good to see. Oh, they're probably still going to die. Alright. Alright. I need to go on my tea break, otherwise I never will. So I shall be back in a couple of minutes. When we return, I will send a PMC over here. I think that's less risky. We may need to get into that military facility there, which would probably also be a PMC if I'm perfectly honest. We'll see what we can do. But for now, I will let you watch the city around our actual base.